Caesars Superdome, home of the Saints here in New Orleans. As we see a squad from the Big 12, the Arizona State Sun Devils, taking on the 12th ranked team in the land, the South Carolina Gamecocks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Kickoff team is out there ready to get this bowl game underway. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Scanning the field, it's Sellers. Here's a heat. Chucked it away just as he was hit. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
I like the offensive idea here to try to change the launch point of the QB, but you got to do a better job protecting him because guys can't complete passes when they're getting hit.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Got the quick pass. Gets it out to about the 35-yard line. That's where they'll mark him out of bounds in this offense trying to put something together.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
And the Gamecocks lining up, just needing a few tough inches on third down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Smith. Knocked out of bounds at the 46 after the good pickup on that one.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in the...
A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown Gamecocks! They won it all, and that is exactly what they got.
And a really nice job understanding I got to get to that gap where there's a little bit of open space in the middle of the field when I run that post route. QB lays it out for him, and he catches it, gets 2 feet in bounds, in the end zone, touchdown.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finished it with an explosive play in the passing game, scoring from 47 yards out. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25.
First and 10.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
And the quickest way to blow up the run game is those interior big boys, those defensive tackles getting in the backfield really quickly and making that ball hurt.
Man, that D tackle was in the backfield in a hurry. The big man is nimble.
Nimble, fast, quick, athletic. That's just all.
There he goes. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
Throws to the wideout. Can't hold on. He had it right down the middle, and he flat dropped it.
Love the physicality of this secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Looking downfield, it's Levitt. Complete to the right. Ball down at the 38-yard line, and a big pickup of 15 yards there. The Sun Devils have their offense in high gear. Here's a quick throw out to the left. Gets him on the ground at the 28, but not before a big 10-yard pickup. Love the way he didn't just run to a spot. He found the cushion in the zone and got himself open for the first down.
Yeah, and you're taught to find that space. Don't run right into a zone defender who's
headed to the end zone, and he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Sun Devils! That running back just had a caravan of blockers to take him into the end zone.
There's not very many times at home, Reese, where I'm going to say that everybody watching on their couch could have scored on that play. This is one of them.
Setting up for the extra point and the top. And the extra point is good. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And he finished it with a scintillating 28-yarder to the house. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Picked off. What a play to set him up. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And this ball looks like it just got away from the quarterback. I think he made the right decision. He was going to the receiver that seemed open, but just not very accurate on the throw, and that leads to the interception.
Wide receiver going in motion. To the air, it's Levitt. Lets it fly. Touchdown, Arizona State! Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
And I love the play call on offense there. It's a sudden change situation. You just got the turnover. You're now going to take a shot because you got the defense on their heels after they're back on the field quickly. Really nice play call.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Off-play action on first down. Flushed out of the pocket. He'll try to do it himself. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I'll tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
The Gamecocks in a good spot here with second and short. He'll pull it on the read. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down.
Well, the defense did a pretty good job that time on the option play of having someone dedicating themselves to the quarterback to get him down. Not enough to stop the offense from picking up the first down, though. The defense really needs to be keyed in on this because they're going to see this option play more and more as this game goes on.
He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. Dropping back, it's Sellers. Steps away to find some room. Unloads to the right. And that will fall incomplete as we have played one quarter, a quarter in which they tried to wrap it up with a huge play. They've switched ends of the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Back to pass on second down. Quick completion on the out. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33. And the Gamecocks with the 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. It's complete on the right side. And they pick up just a few on that completion. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Makes the grab. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and they've got a chance to lock this thing up before the break. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Looking for a man. It's Sellers. Moves around to clear up the vision. Breaks the tackle. Nice job there to limit the running room, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain.
And I feel like this defense is starting to get in a rhythm and starting to feel it, right? You've seen him take off, have some success, and you know, if nothing's open, he wants to run. Defense kind of locked in, didn't give up a big play there. They're kind of dialed into what's going on.
They'll try to run for it. And he needed 1 yard, and he didn't get it. The defense won the battle up front.
Well, the defense got the stop there on 3rd and 1. Let's see if they can do it again here on 4th and inches, Dan.
I just got to find a way to fall forward, be physical. We work on this all week. You know you're going for it on 4th down.
They'll run for it. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
I like it. This defense plays aggressive on 4th and short, and they are rewarded. Figured they would run the football. They did. Nice job getting some penetration and stopping that 4th down play.
Going right to work up top. Got it in the middle. It's Moss. The junior making a clutch play and turning in a big catch.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Looking downfield on first down. Makes the catch. It's Udo. Turning it on. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. Wants to go up top on first down. Finds his big tight end. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business. Wants to keep it in the air. Bringing the heat. Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive. He couldn't quite get loose on that return. He'd already made the play, and they've got it at the 35.
Who says defensive backs don't have hands? Nice job breaking on the football and making the catch. A lot of times you see guys swat it down, or you see them trying to catch it. It looks like they have two left hands. Defensive backs don't catch real well. Nice job breaking on the football. Nice job securing the INT and actually catching it.
First play of this drive comes from the 35-yard line. Looking to pass, it's Sellers. Buys a little extra time. He throws back to the left. That could be risky. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32.
And man, he had nobody around him. That has got to be embarrassing for this defense. When you let someone that deep downfield go completely uncovered.
So that big play changes the complexion of things. It's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. To the air on 1st down. Trying to make magic with his feet. He'll step out of bounds right at the 27.
And one of the things I love about this defense is their speed. And they knew coming into the game that they were going to see quarterback run, but that time they had him all bottled up, and they were able to use their speed to make him go east and west and run him out of bounds. Not a great game.
Firing to the right, complete. Steps out of bounds just inside the 20. They'll mark him down at the 18.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Under fire. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Active hands from the defense forcing that incomplete pass.
This offense put together a really good drive, man. Like, that was a good drive, but 3rd down in the red zone when the field starts to shrink, they really struggle to try to find a play to get someone open.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Still looking, on the move. Lets it go to the end zone. Give him 6. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
Nice job putting a drive together. Nice job punctuating the end of the first half. There's still some time left, Palmer, but they can tie this thing up right now.
Yeah, and this is a staff that has so much confidence in their offense. I like staying aggressive right here, going for 2, taking the lead into halftime, and putting a ton of pressure on the opponent.
And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. Get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. He'll bring it out. It's Moss. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short.
1st and 10.
Final seconds of the first half. Let's see if they can pull off a little magic. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Quarterback making adjustments. Looking downfield, it's Levin. Using the quick game. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. He throws one to the left. Incomplete. He took a shot on the final play of the quarter and couldn't quite find his man. The Gamecocks will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Moss. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback.
First and 10.
They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Gets the back moving. Looking to throw on first down. Trying to make magic on the scramble. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense...
Oh, it's picked off. That's not the start they hoped for. Really nice play on the pick. Was looking for a little more yardage, but great field position at the 34. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Boy, that last drive, they looked like they were throwing against air. Just absolute precision execution in the passing game, and it led them to a touchdown. We'll see what they have this possession.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. The biggest key there is the quarterback understanding that A, it's zone, but B, what kind of zone is it? Is it one high safety? Is it two high safeties? And then you know instinctively where your best throw, where your highest percentage completion is based on what type of zone coverage it's going to be.
Gets it out fast. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
And the Gamecocks line it up with a first and goal. Finds his big tight end. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Defense trying to come up with a stop on second and goal. The give to the back. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, South Carolina! And that one will put them up here in the second half.
And the running back was not going to be denied on that play. He had a hole. He saw it. He put his foot in the ground, and that was Pater.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it off with the score from the 4. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone. It's Moss. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14.
First and 10.
First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Off the play fake on first down. Fires to the wideout. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play. Working well behind the sticks on second down.
Well, they're trying to attack the middle of the field. That time the ball a little too high for his wide receiver, and it falls incomplete.
That hole closed quickly, a pickup of 1 to the 15.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage.
Breaks into the open, ripping through the defense. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
Fires left. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's throwing to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
You know, timing is so important in the RPO game, especially on third down. Quarterback and receiver just didn't have it there, and now it's 4th down.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Well, that was less than choreographed. Everybody going on their own snap count there. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires to the right. And he throws another interception, his 3rd one of the night. Takes it the other way. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Gamecocks!
Man, that could not have gone any worse. You're thinking 4th down, go for it. Well, even if you don't get it, you turn the ball back to their offense. Not that. You throw a pick, and they turn it back all the way for a touchdown and get points. That is a disaster for this offense.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point is good for a 28-14 lead. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. He'll bring it out. It's Moss. He only needs a sliver of daylight. They bring him down, but not before a really good return sets up this offense in solid field position. This should be the last play of the quarter. To the air, it's Levitt. Looking down the middle. It's complete. They make the tackle, but not before he finishes off this 3rd period with a big play. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered.
Arizona State, 14.
They go back to work in the final period of this one. Wants to throw on 1st down. Pressure coming. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Throwing right. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the 4th quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
Unloads to the wideout. For the 3rd straight play, the pass falls incomplete.
Just don't feel like the quarterback's in a rhythm so far. He's had accuracy issues. That last throw is underthrown, but we've seen bad decisions. Trying to force the football in places it just shouldn't go, and that's why he's already thrown multiple interceptions.
They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14.
Well, you got to give this quarterback a ton of credit because he showed tremendous confidence on that throw. That wasn't just trying to throw to the sticks. That was being aggressive and throwing it down the field. Not a high percentage throw, but he had confidence in his guy to win one-on-one, and they keep the drive alive.
Fires into the end zone. And he really wanted to get the touchdown there, but it's incomplete.
And you're not going to see many of those. That's a gift for this defense. You don't see this guy miss very often, especially to put 6 on the board. That was a big missed opportunity.
Touchdown, Sun Devils! They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And the extra point is good. Trailing by a touchdown here in the 4th. They'll try to get it back with the onside kick. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Quarterback adapted. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
Every possession later in the game means so much more. You start getting the 4th quarter, 1-possession games, QB drops back and makes these 1st downs. These extra set of downs now become so much more important late in these ball games.
They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. Powerful running as he trucks his way to the 28. One more yard on this 2nd down might just put an exclamation point on this one. They're going to test that run defense to the right here. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing, you need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
The Gamecocks will snap it on 1st and 10. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. Touchdown, Gamecocks! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Coming out with it, it's Moss. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Wants to throw. It's Levitt. Snagged in the middle. It's Moss. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be first down.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a first down.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Quarterback may change this route. Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield.
The first down pass to the wideout. Gain of 25 on the play. And that's good enough for a first down.
Now it's a first down from the 43-yard line. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking downfield on first down. Finds his big tight end. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Wants to go up top on first down. Got him downfield. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6. The offense gets a quick timeout at this point. Every second is precious.
Arizona State.
And the Sun Devils are threatening on first and goal. Here's the snap, looking to throw. For the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they've just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
Backed up now, here's second and long. Got it in the middle, it's Bennett. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered. Pick up the first. You've got a third and manageable, backed up in your own end, but convert here and you get some momentum. Dances away to buy time. Now he's going to send this one deep to the right. Pulls in the deep ball. Off and running. He's at the 10. And that's how you finish it off. Scoring on the final play of the game. Doesn't affect the outcome. Just a little cherry on top of the sundae.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
You know, there's no real reason to panic when you think about it. When does panicking ever really come? But certainly this was a bitterly disappointing outcome.
And you can look at a lot of different statistics, and I know we